welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be an inspired video, and this is going to be based on the Bratz challenge. Now, I grew up in the Bratz era, but to be honest, I really wasn't a big fan of the Bratz dolls. I don't know why. I think they came a little bit after like my age group, or maybe I was just a little bit mature for my age, but I didn't really care for Bratz. I mean, they were cute and I knew them for their big lips and them having like different ethnicities within their dolls. But I kind of like that this challenge is based on the makeup, because their makeup was a little poppin' back in the day. This is my twist on the Bratz challenge. Now, I didn't do the anime route because that's not my style, so I kept it like this, where it's like a glam kind of makeup. It's super, like, I don't know, it's so dramatic, and the lips is well overdrawn. They really are. But I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the combo. Like, I love the lip combo, but whatever. So before we jump into this video, please thumbs up if you do enjoy these types of videos. Please also make sure that you are subscribed to my channel if you haven't already. If you are already subscribed, don't click it, because then you're gonna unsubscribe and we don't want that happening. So hit that notification button down below, as well as that bell button next to the subscription bar, whatever. If you hit that too, if you're already notified, don't do it, because then you're not gonna get the notifications. Okay, all my social media will be linked down below, as well as the makeup details. I kind of go over because it is a talk through, but be mindful that my son is in the background talking his ass off. So yeah, I also have, I think I'm gonna do a hair tutorial on this look because it's super cute. You know, it's a better, it's cute. I'm not wearing a shirt, I am just wearing my sports bra because I bitch didn't know what to wear for this video. So yeah, so without further ado, let's just get right into the motherfucking video. So don't mind, my son is in the background, so just ignore that. So the first thing I'm gonna do is prime my eyes using the NYX eyeshadow base, and I'm bringing it all the way out. Using this white base is going to help make sure that the colors are really intense, and since I am working with colors, I use the white instead of like a regular concealer. I'm just gonna use my fingers to kind of blend it out a little bit more. I'm not bringing it all the way up to the brow bone, just because I already had concealer there from when I carved out my brows, and I want it to be like a natural kind of highlight instead of like such a white bright highlight. Take this color right here, put that into my crease using this dense kind of blending brush, and this is by Equal Tools. It's like a double-sided kind of brush. Pack on the color, tap like a little bit off. It's okay that we have fallout because I didn't do my brows. I didn't do my foundation yet. Focus this and pack it onto the outer corners right here, really making sure that I'm bringing it a little bit outwards. I'm really gonna focus this on the edge first, just packing it on, and I'm gonna focus it like right here in the first like V area of my eye, and then I'm also, without dipping back in, I'm going to start bringing that into the crease ever so slightly, still packing and not really blending. So I tilt my head a little bit back when I'm looking in the mirror, so I know where my crease is, and I'm just gonna focus that color right there. So dipping back in and kind of stamping it on, and I'm still not blending, I'm just packing the color on. It's okay that it gets on the lid because we're gonna cut the crease anyways. So I kind of go in a good amount of times before I go into the next shade, just because I really want this color to be really intense. So I'm just packing that on still. So for the next shade, I'm going to take this bright neon pink. It looks a little bit flat on camera, but it's super neon. Take this on a Morphe M507. It's really, really small, and I'm really like packing on the shade, as you can see, just like that. And now I'm gonna do circular motions in one spot and kind of go all the way in. Just doing those circular motions so that it's blown really nicely. So I'm just starting off like this with soft circular motions. Kind of packing on the color but also blending the two colors together. So what I do is I go back and forth with that first initial shade without any product, and I kind of blend the two together just so that it's a nice gradient effect and we don't lose that purple underneath. And I kind of do like pushing motions and kind of just little buffs, but not too much of blending with that purple, and then just going back in with that pink. And when you want to get really detailed, like a detailed eye look, using these really small blending brushes are key. I use my big fluffy brushes when I want to do like a nice dramatic look but not so precise. But this one you need like little blending brushes just so you can have a better perfect blend when it comes to building these type of colors and these colorful looks. I don't know, smaller brushes are just a little bit better. With this shade right here, it's a little bit of a softer pink than this one. It's still pretty bright, but it's not so neon. And I'm gonna actually use this on a more fluffy brush, and this is the MORPHE, the BH, and it's my Ray Ray number 6, not 6 brush. Yeah, this is one of my favorite brushes to blend with. So I'm taking this color and I'm going to be buffing out that pink now. So we kind of, instead of doing what we normally do is go in with the lighter shade and then build up, we kind of go into the darker shade and we're starting to go a little bit lighter. So I'm just gonna use that to kind of blend out the edges. And it's okay if this goes pretty high up. This is really gonna just blow out the look, and I am doing a little bit more of a bigger blending motion just so it could be really blown out. And I also I take a little bit of the lighter pink and I kind of flick it into my brows just to give that like editorial kind of twist to it. So I did it a little bit here so that the color kind of comes a little bit into the corners. What, boo boo? Just like that. Now what I usually just do is I just keep adding the colors. So I'm gonna go back in with those 3 brushes. So I just have them always in my hand because I'm just gonna keep going back and forth with the lighter, darker, and darker color. And to be honest, when I first did this eye, I stayed on this part for like a good 10 to 15 minutes. Just adding and packing on the color because I really want it to be pretty intense. Now I'm just gonna cut my crease, and I'm kind of doing it from like the inner and then to the middle, not bringing it all the way out. But I'm just gonna take that same white base, but I actually scoop out a little bit like this, and I put it on the back of my hand because when I want to add a little bit more color, I want it to stay pure white, and I don't want the color to change from what's on my lid, because that's how it happened before, and I had to scrape off a whole bunch just to get that pigment out. And I'm just taking this, I don't even know what brush this is, but I actually sprayed it with hairspray to make it a little bit flatter so I could really get into my cut crease. So I'm just adding this right here. The trick is I'm not really carving it out too much. I kind of carve it in the front first, but then once I get right here, my eyes are a little bit hooded, so they kind of overlap. So then I just kind of stamp where I want the base to be. I do that, I kind of wipe off the brush, and then I go back in with some of the white to make it a little bit more brighter. I'm just gonna go back into that darker shade and kind of press that in right here, just bringing it back to where it was originally, and then taking that hot pink and just blending it out. On lid color, I'm going to go in with my BH Cosmetics Galaxy Chic. And I'm taking a color Cosmic. It's like this purpley color. It's a little bit softer. There's two shades that looks just alike. I'm going to be taking this on a AOA Studio Flat E113 brush. And I'm really packing on the color. And I'm going to be pressing this into the eye. Not swiping it, just pressing it. And I just noticed I keep going out of focus because I'm like not paying attention to where I am. But I'm just packing that. And then with another like kind of flat brush, this is a little bit more fluffier. I'm going to be taking this purple shade right here in the Morphe palette. And I'm going to be putting that between the lid shade and the outer crease shade to make a little bit better of a gradient. Now I go back and forth with the two couple times just because I want it to be really good of a transition. Now I'm kind of stamping it and like kind of bringing it over that shade, so I'm kind of going like this and then I kind of go this way, so making sure I'm blending it on top of both shades. But then I keep going back and forth with that lid shade right here so that it's like overlapping each other. Now with this like angled kind of dome looking brush, it's a little bit thicker than a regular flat brush. I'm gonna go in with the darker crease color and I'm gonna trace that where our cut crease is, just very lightly, so that's a little bit more defined. So I'm kind of stamping it and dragging it at the same time. And then I'm gonna go and blend the hot pink shade on top. And then the lighter shade. See my table right now? It looks freaking crazy. So I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit. I'm not really cleaning up the edge like that because you see how a little bit, this is my corner. I bring it a little bit outward because I want my bottom lash line to kind of smoke out pretty low. So I'm just cleaning the fallout like right here, basically. And just a little bit out the edge. So I'm gonna go in with my LA Girl, what is this called? Their Pro Primer, eyeshadow primer. And this is in the color black, and I'm gonna put that into my waterline, but I gotta get a little closer. Bear with me. And I also just tightline because I can't find my black liner. So yes. Then I'm gonna take an angle brush and I'm gonna just take a my skin. So now I'm just gonna take a black shadow and I'm gonna go in with my angle brush and kind of stamp that black in place so that it's super black and that it doesn't move. Now with a pencil brush, this is the 7 brush by BH and it's FINERY. I'm gonna go in and smoke out the bottom lash line. And I'm bringing it pretty low. That's why I kept this not cleaned up, because I want it to be really smoked. And I take a little bit of that black and kind of drag it where the lashes are. I'm taking like their smudger brush. This is the number 8. And I'm taking that hot pink shade and I'm going to be blowing that out as well. And kind of connecting these two. Well, boo boo. What happened? And then I'm taking a Morphe M433, I believe. And I'm taking that lighter shade and kind of buffing those colors together. For mascara, I'm going to go in with my Smashbox Fanned Out Mascara. And I'm just going to coat my lashes. And for lashes, I'm actually going to stack up 2 lashes. The first pair is the 747L by Cara. They look like this right here. The second pair is my KOKO lashes in 102, which looks like this. I'm just gonna stack them on top of each other using the Benefit Professional in the original shade. Foundation, I'm gonna be using my MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and then this is in the shade NC42. For contour, I'm going to be using the foundation palette by MORPHE. Am I the only one who, like, when they do their makeup, like, tilt their head and move? Like, I don't know. I can't function if I don't know how to do that. For concealer, I'm going to be using my LA Girl and Creamy Beige. Now I'm going to go back in with a little smaller brush to get really close to my eyes. Another M443, and I just kind of blend the concealer right here. And I have to be super close because I don't want to mess up my smoked out look. I do kind of go back afterwards when I do this, just to make the color a little bit more intense. A translucent powder to set that into place. And then to set that contour, I'm going to be kind of mixing these two shades right here. Right here-ish. No, these two. These two shades right here to set the contour. And then I'm gonna be using my MAC Gimme Sun just to bring a little bit more color into the face, to be a little bit more bronzy. You don't listen. Baked underneath right here. Very little, and I'm just gonna wipe that away. Blush, I'm going to be taking this shade right here from NARS. Is this in their Wanted 1 palette? It's this shade right here. It's a little bit purpley pink. It kind of reminds me of my lid shade color. I believe this is in the color Notorious. So I'm gonna apply that to the cheeks. Before I go any further and before I do my lower mascara, I need to save my fucking face. Like, this shit is so tight. Oh my gosh. So, we all know that the Bratz dolls are known for their crazy lips. I'm actually going to go in with a shade that is kind of similar to the lip liner that they kind of put the doll's lips on, and this is the shade Half Red by MAC. Now I'm just gonna line my lips with it, but then I'm gonna go in with the nude, so it kind of gives that doll-like look. So it might look a little weird at first, but trust me, it'll look good. And I'm gonna overdraw my lips just ever slightly. Now for lipstick, I'm going to be taking, look at what my son did, crazy. I'm going to be taking a little bit of the Flair for Flitterly, whatever it's called. This lipstick is so dumb for her. And for gloss, I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty Blonde Gloss and Fenty Glow. But not least, we're going to go in with this shade right here called Forever Lit to highlight the face. I'm bringing it a little bit more in, right here, almost like underneath the eyes, because we're trying to look like a little doll, you know? Into the inner corners of the eye. Oh yeah.